I am Nick Shell, a certified Enneagram coach. You may be thinking, but yeah, I haven't really figured out which one I am. They all seem alike. Aren't we all a little bit of the 9? And my answer would be yes, we all are a little bit. But fundamentally, you are one specific Enneagram number that everything else from that spawns off from. This book on Amazon, $15 is a link right there. You could buy it. I love this thing. Or also link right there. You could take a free Enneagram test through Cloverleaf. It takes about 10 minutes. Just click the link. It's really easy. And it makes it very clear which one you are. Another option, you could become like me, because who wouldn't want to? That's a joke. You could become certified also through Cloverleaf like I did. There's a link right there. Everything you need is right there. It's definitely helped me understand so much about myself and really about how life actually works, because it's not just about you, it's about everybody in your life. By now, we're a minute into this video and you're thinking, why are you wearing sunglasses and why are you in the garage? That's kind of weird. Well, let's get to it. There, do I seem more relatable now? You can see my pupils, there you go. So, why am I in my garage? Why was I wearing sunglasses? Let's talk about that. It wasn't random. So, you can imagine if you worked with me, then what it would be like. Enneagram comes up a lot. All the people I work closely with, they know their Enneagrams now because they work with me. And they're all happy. They're grateful that I was able to teach them so much about themselves and how they operate. So it turns out one of my buddies, Jason, he's a 6. And he actually just got married over the weekend, this past weekend. He's on his honeymoon in Costa Rica right now. And he had said, you know, it's interesting, you drive a Jeep, and my fiance, she also drives one, and she's an 8. And she absolutely is. Not only did he speculate that, but also she took the test through Cloverleaf, and she's the same as me actually, 8, wing 7. And so I said, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because not only do I own a Jeep and your fiance, but we met after work recently with some others from our team at work, and 2 of the others that I work very closely with are also 8s. They happen to be female. Well, one of them drove a Jeep there, and the other drove a Toyota 4Runner. Either way, off-roading vehicles. And what was funny is, as we went into the building, we were both wearing Aviator sunglasses, which specifically, these are more of a rugged style. For example, you will never see my wife wear these style sunglasses. They're just too tough. She wants to have something that looks more feminine. She's like, yeah, I would never wear those. So, and she's right. They're Enneagram 8 sunglasses, Aviators. And an Enneagram 8 vehicle is gonna be one that is a 4x4, one that can go off-roading. But why? Why psychologically are you probably more likely to want to drive an off-roading vehicle if you're an 8, maybe compared to another number? And I want to be very clear, you may be a number 3, the achiever. You may be a number 9, whatever, and have an off-roading vehicle. I'm just saying that in a room of 100 Enneagram 8s, I would predict a higher percentage of them own an off-roading vehicle compared to a room full of any other Enneagram. I would absolutely predict that. And why is that? Well, to me it's very simple. What do Enneagram 8s need? We need the sense of control. And those of us who are mature Enneagram 8s, healthy 8s, we know we don't want to misuse our powers and try to control other people. We want to control our own environment, because that's the thing we actually have control over. We focus on what we can control, not on what we can't. I cannot control world peace. I can't. I can't control who becomes president. I can't. Nothing I put on Facebook about my opinion is going to change anything, and that's why I don't put my opinions on Facebook, for example. But I can control my immediate environment to some degree. So for me, I want to drive a vehicle that if it is snowing, notice the tires, they're mud and snow tires. If it's snowing, if it's muddy, if there's a gravel road and it's kind of iffy, if I need to drive up a mountain, whatever I want to do, I can do that in my Jeep. And if it's nice weather, as you can see this weekend, we took the doors off, we took the top off. I left the back on, but the front part, took it all off. And it was a lot of fun. So, you know, a Jeep, an off-roading vehicle, specifically a Jeep Wrangler like I've got, not a practical vehicle. unless it's snowing or muddy, or you're on a trail out in the woods, or if it's just a nice day outside and you want to go on a fun ride nowhere, but just have fun doing it. Then suddenly it becomes practical. But you can easily see this vehicle is an extension of what it's like to be an Enneagram 8. And I made a video about it recently. I just happen to own t-shirts like this. I don't go shopping and think, ooh, let me find some t-shirts that express my concept of control and things that represent strength. I don't consciously think that. But if you're an Enneagram 8, you're naturally drawn to buy a t-shirt of Godzilla in Starry Night, or to own an off-roading vehicle, or to own rugged, masculine-looking sunglasses, which, by the way, I paid $100 for these. I'm joking. I paid $9 for them at Walmart. So, I figure, does that help explain that you're more likely to want to be in control of your own environment, even through subconscious ideas like owning an off-roading vehicle? Because it's not practical. My wife, she's not interested in owning a Jeep other than riding in it with me, but it's totally not practical. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's a part of us 8s who what's practical to others may not be practical to you, or however it works out. What's practical to me is what I'm trying to say, being able to off-road and be in control of my situation. There you go. One more thing about the recent meetup at work with the other Enneagram 8s. What's funny is a month ago, we had, I live like 45 minutes from Nashville, Tennessee. And so for our work, we're like, hey, we haven't seen each other in a long time. Let's meet together for lunch. Well, there was like 6 of us in this suburb that I live in. And so everybody's like, yeah, let's carpool out there because it's nearly an hour to get out there. Well, I just kind of didn't say much because I'm like, I don't like being in carpools. I don't like somebody else driving a car and me being tied down to their schedule. Nor do I want to be responsible for other people and get in the back. I don't want that. But one of the Enneagram 8s that owns the Jeep or the 4Runner and has the sunglasses, I reached out to her and said, do you want to just team up? That way we don't have to deal with everybody else. And sure enough, that was before I knew I was an 8 and she knew she was an 8. Because and her whole thing was, I want to feel like I'm in control. So the 2 of us 8s teamed up and carpooled there together, not even knowing at the time that we're 8s. The best way for me to end this video is to take the camera off the stand and show you a little bit more about how Enneagram 8 my Jeep actually is. So let's have some fun. Go behind the scenes. Check this out. So what's really funny about this? So yes, it's an all black Jeep. It's got tinted windows. It's got off-roading tires. It's raining outside, so I don't want to go take off but you can see right here, I got Stormtrooper tail lights, and then I've got a Metallica snake right there from the Black Album. And then when you look too here, I'll cover this up there, but you can see my license plate. It says, welcome to the dark side. I mean, that's a very Enneagram 8 Jeep to have, or vehicle to have. And the fact here, you can see it's a manual transmission, which a lot of people these days don't even know how to drive. So just imagine, good luck even trying to drive my vehicle, and that's just one more way that I can think I'm in control of this thing, and that's something I can be proud of. Your comments belong at the bottom of the screen.